We are looking at something called skew. Now, this is the price relationship of 3-month options, both bullish calls and bearish puts. The relative prices there tell us something about trader sentiment on Google. Puts betting on a 10% drop in the stock cost about 3.5 points more than calls betting on a 10% gain. That relationship dropped at the end of March to the lowest level since January of last year. Now, that indicates less bearishness and more bullishness on Google shares. Analysts are estimating that profits grew 6% during the first quarter to about $10.69 per share. And the company's annual profit is forecast to rise 15% overall this year. And by the way, that is the most ever. Now, Google is the world's biggest search engine. Shares are up about 12% so far this year. They reached a record high just last month, and the company, it does lead the market for smartphones with its Android operating system, and its footprint is getting bigger and bigger. They're expanding into e-commerce and hardware. Remember, they bought Motorola Mobility last year, and there's been a lot of buzz around Google eyeglasses. Now, when it comes to the earnings, though, it's all about the clicks and, of course, those Google ads. There's a concern, really, that Facebook will give Google a serious run for its money in competing for those ad dollars on the internet. But that's obviously a long-term situation we're talking about. Google's last earnings report lifted the shares about 5.5%. The options market is implying a similar one-day move after this release, up about 5 points, up or down about 5.5% as well. So you're going to want to watch those Google shares as we approach the afternoon session here for any signs of trader sentiment ahead of that big report.